Hello everyone, my name is Caroline Frasca and I work on developer experience for the Streamlit open source Python library at Snowflake. I'm joined today by Nithin Bose, VP of Product at VGS, or Very Good Security. Thank you so much for joining us, Nithin. How's it going?
Thank you, appreciate it, and glad to be here. It's great.
Awesome, yeah, so happy to have you here. So let's get started. What is VGS?
VGS, we are the largest cloud-based tokenization provider. We've been in business for the last 8 years and work with banks, financial institutions, large merchants, fintechs to secure their most sensitive data, which ends up being card information, identity information, sensitive PII. That's where we've made our mark.
Awesome. So for those of us who aren't familiar, what is tokenization?
Tokens are the stuff that you get in the Caesar Palace chips.
Yeah, poker chips, right.
Poker chips, right? Go for it. Now, tokens really are intended to replace the sensitive bits that we all carry. We all have social security number. Anybody who went to school here, you can remember, and most often you would say, what's your username? Mm-hmm. Log into any school system, it'll be a social. You can imagine once you get compromised, that thing can go out in the dark web. Mm-hmm. People can get a hold of it, becomes a whole liability because you can't change those numbers. So tokenization really is about, hey, can I take those sensitive bits, whether it's your driver's license, whether it's your social, whether it's your credit card, debit card information, and instead put synthetic information in its place. The benefit really of putting a synthetic information in its place really is you can still run analytics. Mm-hmm. Because you can join them one-to-one, it's deterministic. So in a analytics warehousing, in a Snowflake type scenario, you can tokenize a driver's license across 5 different tables, mm-hmm. and you can join them just fine because they'll just work like another key.
Right.
But better than just, that can be done with masking too. But what you can do with tokenization on top of masking is to say, hey, what if I keep the last 4, so my mm-hmm. customer support person answering an email or a question has access to it. That's great. You can do that with other mechanisms. But can you enrich data that's non-tokenized? Can you connect those data sets together? Can you reverse it? Mm-hmm. Those are all aspects that where tokens are a lot more powerful than your classic encryption, classic masking, where those things have different applications. So tokenization is a concept that lends itself really well to data and Snowflake, and what we've seen those two worlds come around is why we're here.
Awesome, yeah, super interesting, and this seems like this could unlock a ton of value for our customers. Tell us about the Vault Tokenizer native app that was just announced a few days here at Summit.
Yes, thank you. I mean, it's been great. Fortunate to have been part of the private preview process with you all, been developing this native app truly based on what we've seen here and heard from the market, where they've said you guys have built a phenomenal product in the cloud, which allows tokenization of anything that you're entering a card information to buy, let's say furniture or deliver pizza. We're able to tokenize those things just fine. We're applying for a car loan, you can tokenize that fine. But what if I want to de-tokenize in Snowflake? Not so easy. What if I want to keep my Snowflake ecosystem all tokenized, but de-tokenize when I ship it, mm-hmm. or sell that data in a marketplace with a data sharing agreement that Snowflake would support? That was the demand that ended up pushing us down, building our native app. And it's been great to see, hey, can you take all of the IP and the concepts that we've perfected over time, bring it over, run it inside of Snowflake, because now we can bring this whole compute to the data piece, keep the data within the premises of the lakehouse, and secure it in a vault that's within Snowflake, and allow the analysts to go as quickly as they can in terms of analyzing and getting insights, but never compromising the responsibility what a security person would have or a compliance analyst would have, because their job is to protect the business.
Right.
Nobody wants their name splashed on the front page of New York Times because a million identities were stolen.
Yes.
That's not good. But if you're able to say, hey, I'm replicating my customer data, my identity information into Snowflake, I don't need to go through root canal to onboard this data set, that's goodness. You're helping the job of the compliance analyst and the security engineer easier. You're making the analyst job and the data owner's job easier. And that's the key part. Easy makes it scalable and makes it sustainable.
Definitely. And the native app is actually a Streamlit app, correct?
Yes, and thanks to you all, we built this in Streamlit because it allows to abstract and simplify the complexity that goes around with any security construct. If you make it too difficult or overwhelming, it'll not get adopted. So Streamlit's been phenomenal to bring that veneer of, hey, here's the wizard. Just go through this wizard. Here's the administration section. Make it simple, keep it easy, and that's been great because Streamlit plus now the config SDK kicking in makes it a whole lot easier for anybody who's trying to accomplish a goal.
Definitely. We love to hear that. So what's next for the native app? What does that roadmap look like?
Oh yeah, we got lots of cool, interesting things. So definitely the Snowpark containers is an area that we'd want to dig into, and that allows us to bring more complicated encryption security algorithms down into Snowflake that you only can do with a SaaS service. That's super interesting. But if you are a consumer of Snowflake right now, you can keep your information all within Snowflake without ever leaving the security boundary that you would have enforced. Highly relevant to, let's say, regulated financial institutions, regulated entities, which, all across the spectrum, more and more companies are becoming fintechs, even who are non-fintechs.
Right.
And that becomes another avenue for them to, safeguard their data sets. So that's Snowpark containers, doubling down on the native app ecosystem, and truly, seeing what we can do with, clean rooms, as well as all the other services that Snowflake has been offering. Exciting times.
Yeah, definitely. Super exciting. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you everyone for tuning in here live from Snowflake Summit.
Thank you. Appreciate the time.